said, where does she go? To the prophet. First thing she says to the prophet, after he said, how's your husband? He's fine. How you doing? I'm fine. How's the boy? He's fine. Well, why are you here? She says to the prophet, I never wanted a child. You should never have prophesied that. Now that the child is here, and we've been enjoying the child, you come raise that boy from the dead. Now that's warring for your prophecy. The boy shouldn't have died, but he did die. Some of us would say, well, thank the Lord I had Jimmy for at least 10 years. Thank God for nothing. Thank God at least I had the child for 12, 15. Thank him for what? My dad said to me one time, the horror of a father is to bury his son. I said, that's an interesting statement. She refused to bury her son and be at peace. So she lay him on the prophet's bed. I need to start warring for what I know the Lord said to me. And not only said to me, here's a wild one. God been saying it to you. God been saying it to you. Then a prophet say the same thing. This is confirmation. Now you know you ain't making it up. You ain't making it up. You were thinking it, dreaming it, hearing it. Now the prophet speaks. You know this is God. So why, because the door is closing, you say, well, I guess I don't need to have it no more. I'm going to give you one main reason. I did that teaching years ago, 12 reasons. I'm going to give you one main reason right now why you have trouble holding on to that prophecy coming to pass. It says here in verse 20, of whom is Hymas and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. Paul said, I gave these two boys to the devil. Because you know what they are good for doing? Heard Deacon Powell's building a brand new house from the ground up. Well, Deacon, you ain't got enough money for all that. How you going to do all that? They were good for doing that. Oh, God spoke to us. He's opening doors. Oh, you mean you're taking out extra loans, putting yourself in debt? Well, no. I mean, God's blessing me. These guys are helping me financially. Helping you? Well, why would they help you? This is what these boys did. They would get in your ear and keep speaking and saying negativities. And Paul said, I gave them to Satan because they blaspheme. Blaspheme? When I take the things of God and I take the glory for them. Something happened, everybody worshiping God, said, hey, that was me, blasphemy. When I lie on the Holy Ghost, blasphemy. When I accredit the things of God to the devil, blasphemy. So now, he said, because they blaspheme, God's going to deal with them. I'll give them to the devil. He said, what are you talking about, blasphemy, apostle? And the Lord said, you're going to have that house and everything's going to work out. And you see it all coming together and everything's coming together and everything's working out good. And all of a sudden things start to shift. And all of a sudden, you sure you're supposed to have that house? I ain't say it. It was the Holy Ghost. I don't know if you're having a house or not. So now when you begin to speak to that person to diminish what has been spoken to them about the home and the house and the moving forth, you're not diminishing me. You're diminishing who? The Holy Ghost. So now you've just begun to enter into blasphemy. And the Bible says, if a man blaspheme, do not pray for him. Basically, get out of the way. Because God's coming. Jesus himself said, you can blaspheme the Son. Jesus says this. Jesus says, and you can blaspheme the Father. That's crazy. What's that all about? But Jesus said, don't blaspheme the Holy Ghost. It's the last line of defense. Blaspheme God, Jesus comes in with the blood. Blasphemes Jesus, the Holy Ghost comes to keep you in your right state of mind. But when you blaspheme the Holy Ghost, you find yourself in a location of unclean operation. I believe some of us in here are so close to a breakthrough. We've seen that prophecy coming so close, so much nearer, so much closer, so much more about to manifest and to break loose. And the only thing that's going to hinder you and stop you is that you're going to find yourself not believing that God can do it. Because somebody is speaking. Might not even be somebody you know. Might not even be a good friend. Might just be that.